All right, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the PSA situation. The PC is kind of not working. So we're going to get into the show and we're going to try to see if it can get fixed. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys. The people before us had a new show and they said that like I don't know, the PC is like not working. That's so interesting. Because we had a song that we wanted to play.
We did.
Should I play it up against the headphone?
Oh my gosh, that actually just sounds horrible.
I can reenact it. Wait, it's by which one were you gonna do? The song? Were you gonna do the?
No, I was gonna do Joan Jett.
Okay, well the one song that I really wanted to play goes oh oh oh.
Well, I'm on board, so I decided the intro and outro song. Of course, the day that I'm on board, the intro and outro song doesn't work.
You can play it on your phone and
that's actually just like messed up.
Play it over the microphone.
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Aggressively Neutral.
Welcome.
Oh my God, hi. I don't think we have many listeners this week. One of our dedicated listeners has a meeting, so he's not listening.
And Ariana is in class.
Yeah. My mom is once again not listening.
That's unfortunate.
The saga of trying to get my mom to listen.
Yikes. We don't have to get into it.
Are you good? Are you still figuring things out?
I am just really wondering how these people managed to break.
Well, I don't know. It might have been broken before they came in. I'm just saying.
I'm sure it might have been broken.
Let's be nice.
Okay, I wonder if it's the A. Do you know about A versus B input?
Do not.
Yeah, I don't either.
Don't think they taught us that.
Anyway,
I'm gonna send a message in for the tech guy.
Okay, cool.
Anyways, welcome.
Welcome.
How are you doing, Megan?
Doing all right. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Why?
You know, finals and whatnot.
Yeah.
This chair is gonna bother me.
I'm pretty lucky, I think, with finals this year because I can't turn the light off. Because I have one final and it's the one in the class with you. So,
which hopefully will be chill. I think it'll.
I can hear the fan.
I can also hear the fan. Can you guys hear the fan?
Is that an issue?
Is anybody listening?
I don't know.
Oh, Rosie's listening. Rosie, can you hear the fan?
Rosie.
I don't like the way they positioned it. Sorry. Let me not talk bad about the people who are before us. I'm just annoyed because we used to not have anybody. Rosie can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna move it to the floor and see if it works better.
Sounds good. Oh, I don't hear it anymore.
Does that work?
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. I heard it when you lifted it up.
Okay.
ASMR of Megan moving a fan. Is it on PGM? Molly asked if something is on PGM.
Yeah, they're all on program.
I said yes. Okay, yes, it is on PGM.
Can you ask? Well, no, it's fine.
Anyways, so this week we had kind of decided that we wanted to do advice questions and just funny stories from school. So if you didn't see, we posted a form on our page and I posted it on my page.
Go add something right now if you haven't yet.
So I'm trying to decide if okay, so we've been getting them and I keep thinking you know who's submitting them and I'm just wrong every time.
I just don't think it's the whole point is to be anonymous.
No,
so don't tell people that you're guessing who they are.
Well, I'm not guessing. It's just somebody sent something and I just I thought I knew exactly who it was. I was so sure and it turned out it was my cousin just being stupid. So, but first things first, Megan, did you have something that ruined your week? Little thing that ruined your week?
Honestly, this fan and PC situation has bugged me. So,
do you want to just turn the fan off? Let's just turn it off.
I don't know how to do it because the little thing is broken off. The knob is broken off.
Unplug it. Sorry, guys. Yeah. There we go.
Sorry. I took my Ritalin this morning.
Megan's a little grumpy.
Yeah, I took my Ritalin this morning, which makes my OCD really bad. So
it's okay.
I'm having a bit of a bad OCD day today.
Just let us know what you need.
Did you guys know that I have OCD?
Oh my God,
That's
if you didn't
crazy.
know. Well, I can tell you what ruined my week.
Tell me.
If you guys don't know already, I found out 2 hours ago. If you don't know already, this is so silly. I hurt my knee 3 weeks ago. My moped, I put it in park and it wasn't like fully in park, and it fell on my knee, and it was like some pretty awful pain, but you know, I like sucked it up, and I was fine. But then it like kept hurting, and at first I thought it was my Accutane, because Accutane can give you joint pain, and then I was like, no, it's like definitely not just joint pain. So I went to the doctor, and I got an X-ray, and I got an MRI, and it turns out I have a fracture in my tibia, and I have a sprained
Slight
ACL.
tibial fracture slay. Just a little bit.
Which is like so funny to me, because like I've been walking on it for like 3 weeks. So when I told people like who like I'm missing classes, so I like told people in those classes that I'm like I have a tibia fracture. They're like, oh my god, how are you walking? And like my thing is like, how does this just like keep happening? Like
yeah,
like how do I
you're
like,
having some health struggles.
keep getting injured and sick and like yeah, and it's just funny. I was just talking to Megan how like I'm fine, it doesn't hurt that bad, but then finding out it's like a fracture, I'm like, should it like, I don't know, it's just funny, it's just silly, it's just kind of fun for me. Oh, but I have to go to a doctor tomorrow, and I'm probably not going to be able to work for like a month or two.
Good times.
Which kind of sucks. So,
heck yeah.
Are you still trying to figure out the PC thing? I can see it in your eyes.
It's just like bugging me a little bit. This is just like the worst day for me for this to happen.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just you know me. It's also now really hot in here.
I'm sorry.
Sorry guys. This is like real time just me struggling. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Well, anyway,
I can just do the show. Like you can just sit there.
I don't think any of our listeners want that. I don't think anybody wants that.
Okay, so
we're giving advice today and telling
today.
secrets and telling little stories and being a little silly.
Do you want to do stories first?
No, you know what I need to do first?
What?
I need to tell you about this. So I was at my parents' this weekend doing some Christmas stuff, little Christmas
action.
And my dad read me this entry, like the title of an advice column from, I think it was in the New York Times.
Have you not said this to me yet?
No, this is the one that I was saving.
Oh yeah.
It's really funny.
Okay.
And my dad read this to me, and he said, so the advice column is called Ask Damon, and he said, "Dear Damon, am I homophobic because I think my gay in-law is rude?"
That's like one of those like Reddit things that are like, "Am I the blank?"
Yeah.
Like, that's so funny. No. Most of us are rude.
Yeah, that is, you can think we're rude. It's probably accurate.
That's Megan and I in our LGBT class. We're like, are we homophobic for thinking some of these people are annoying?
No, it's just true.
But
gay people can be annoying too.
We know firsthand. I was actually really excited because our professor like knew this like really obscure movie that Megan and I really like.
Yes.
Well, like the whole apartment I think really likes it. As far as I know, at least. It's called The Lure, and it's so obnoxious to describe it, but it's like this Polish
musical horror.
It's like a rock horror.
Yeah, it's super weird. If you like horror, it's based on the original Little Mermaid.
Yeah, so it's kind of messed up.
So if you like,
there's a lot of cannibalism,
just weird foreign horror.
Yeah,
confusing.
It's pretty.
It was
obnoxious.
at Sundance, I think.
It was like a winner or something.
Yeah.
Our professor knew it before I wrote a paper on it, basically, and our professor knew it apparently before I wrote the paper.
Yeah.
And so then we recommended Skinamarink, which should we talk about Skinamarink?
Let's talk about Skinamarink a little bit because
just really quickly.
So we haven't had a show since we watched it.
I don't think we talked about it last show because last show was gay week, so we were like pretty.
Let's talk about Skinamarink. So. I'm going to talk about this too, so I am going to dox my brother a little bit, but
okay.
But there is this TikToker who I really like.
Yeah.
He does like funny TikToks, and he also runs the account for Rough Take, which I don't know, you guys probably don't know what that is, but it's like a movie app. It's like kind of a competitor of Letterboxd. It'll like give you some like a movie recommendations pretty much. And so I saw on his Rough Take account he was talking about Skinamarink, and he was like, this movie is super weird. If you like horror, if you like really dread horror, you're probably gonna like it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I trust him implicitly. So I was like, Ro, we really need to watch this. Side note, and this is the doxing my brother part, I found out recently because this guy I don't think has ever posted his full name on social media before, but he was promoting his podcast where it's like a movie podcast. And so he like put a screenshot, and like when you put the podcast thing, it has both people's full names. His full name is Max Burke, which if you know me personally, you know that is my brother's exact first and last name. And I was like, oh my God.
Wait, really quick. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Molly is asking that we play something on the PC because they're listening.
All right.
Just really quick.
We're going to try to play something on the PC.
1 second, guys. So sorry to interrupt. So sorry.
Are you a victim of...
Literally the way I busted up laughing because now we look like idiots.
Well, it's because I switched it to A, and we've never been told what to. Well, maybe we have, but I fixed it.
Okay,
I fixed it. Okay.
Yeah, Megan fixed it.
It was
I don't
me.
know what. Literally, I wish you guys could see the way Megan looked at me, and I busted up laughing. So I was like, we literally probably look so stupid now. Molly said, "By the grace of God."
By the grace of God. So it really was those people who broke it. Those people broke it, and I fixed it.
Well, it was their first show. I think we should cut them a little bit of slack. I don't. Okay. Anyways,
when I say I promise, I don't care.
We were talking about
should we
Skinamarink.
Molly, should we play a PSA?
Yeah, let us know if you're still listening, should we still play a PSA? Because we totally can. You know.
Thanks for upping our listener count.
Yeah,
we should pretend to have technical difficult every show so that people,
so that Molly listens.
Yeah, people have to listen.
Until Molly says something, if they're still listening, I don't know. But yeah, so Skinamarink is this horror movie where almost no character is ever fully in frame. The entire time you're looking at corners of like a room.
Yes.
It's basically about these kids who wake up in the middle of the night and their dad has just disappeared, along with all the doors and windows in their house.
Yes. So essentially it is a like genuinely terrifying, horrifying, dark, like physically dark and also like thematically dark movie.
Yeah.
So you pretty much mostly are looking at just like empty shots of like hallways, no windows, no natural light.
Yeah.
Things like moving on the floor, like little toys moving, like little kids just like walking around. These kids are basically like alone in the house and are basically have pretty much like no connection to reality.
And we're like veterans. I said that in our class. We're like vets with horror movies at this point. Like we've seen a lot of different kinds and just generally seen a lot of horror movies. And this had us like hiding in our phones.
I was scared.
Which we haven't done since we saw Barbarian, which we didn't even love that much.
Yeah.
So like
really, it's scary, guys.
Yeah. But anyways, we recommended that to our professor, and then I was like, you can only see it through like a pirating site. And he was like, send me the link.
Yeah.
And I was like, amazing.
But yeah, highly recommend Skinamarink if you guys like really weird experimental art film type horror, and also if you really like dread.
I like really want to make Alex watch.
Because if you like so exciting horror, this is not for you. It's like
you.
really
you
almost nothing happens.
Yeah.
And if you don't like horror, you would probably find it either really boring or really like upsettingly terrifying.
Yeah.
Huge like TW/CW for huge themes of child abuse.
There's themes. Yeah. Nothing is ever shown directly.
They don't show you anything.
There are themes.
And there's no CSA.
Yeah, there's no like
or anything like
sexual
that.
Assault. There's no like violence really against women. Like, not really.
There's like sort of off-screen implied violence against women.
Yeah. But it's also one of those things that's like heavily interpretive. So I don't think it's going to be a super triggering thing for a lot of people. Unless it's like real intense for you. Yeah.
Child abuse, TW, like there are children and
there are children
horrible things are happening to them.
Something bad happens. Bad things happen to them.
Yes.
But yeah, so anyways, moving on into like the body of the show. We first just thought that we would talk about like funny, just like accumulated stories we have from high school and college. My first one I really wanted to talk about because I'm not even going to talk about like the meat of it because I can't really talk about it on air, or like I don't really want to talk about it on air, but I love to tell people this story because when you think about it, it's like the most absurd thing ever, and yet it was very real and it did happen. But basically my freshman year of college, I was seeing this guy who I had actually known in middle school, and then we went to different high schools, and like, but we had the same friend group in middle school, and then we had some mutual friends in college. So he and I like reconnected randomly, and started like kind of casually seeing each other. It was pretty obvious we were like into each other, but we were freshmen, so we weren't like taking it super far or anything. And come to find out from one of my like best friends from high school, this guy has been telling all of our mutual friends that our relationship was on a certain level that it never got to, ever. And the funniest part about this
part is just like, it's just odd.
It's so weird, is him and his friends have a term that they will use when other people in the group, like when somebody thinks you're lying in the group. Apparently the guy will say garbanzo. And apparently garbanzo means if you find out this isn't true, you can like beat me up within an inch of my life. Like that's how serious I'm being.
I wish they did that to him. Wait,
he said
no,
that.
That's for legal reasons. That's like 100% a joke.
Yeah, he said that.
Sorry.
And the fact that like you say garbanzo, and what's really funny to me is like, first of all, our relationship never went to that level. So like, you want me so bad, right? Like, obviously, are you okay?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my chair.
But then this like related story that is like kind of embarrassing, but it's also just like so funny because it's like he obviously just didn't like me very much, but then was totally fine like telling all of our mutual friends that our relationship reached lengths it didn't. At one point we were like hanging out in his dorm watching something and like cuddling or whatever, and I like wanted him to do something, and so I like gave him puppy dog eyes or something, and he was like, that's not gonna work on me. And I was like, no, like, come on, like, being playful. And he was like, are those your puppy dog? Like, what are you trying to do? And he was like, your puppy dog eyes just are not convincing. And it was like, literally, like, it was like the most hurtful thing anybody had said to me. I was
My
like,
God.
But like, since then, if I'm dating somebody that actually enjoys me and I do like quote unquote puppy dog eyes, it works. And so the whole situation is so funny to me.
Don't admit
like,
that. That's just an embarrassing thing to say.
He
that you're
obviously
doing.
just didn't like me very much, and yet. And then,
Well,
and
he
then,
just he's just a weirdo.
and then
That's
when I
just like a
blocked
weirdo
him,
thing to do.
and I got mad at him, he was like, "Just so you know, we're both losing good friends." I was like, "No,
Nope.
absolutely not."
At all.
Another funny thing I like to talk about is how my first week in here, I went to a frat party and I posted it on my story and forgot that my mom's Instagram could see it, so she saw me.
Slade.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm fine.
You don't seem fine.
Why are you calling? We're live on the air right now, and she's trying to do a mental health check-in on me.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm having some, it's just finals week,
Yeah.
and it's hot in here.
It is really hot. We can turn the fan back on if you want.
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Well, if you want to.
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Speaking of that, do we want to get into some advice? Somebody asked about reconnecting with old friends. I would say that is not the correct way to reconnect with old friends.
No.
Probably not great.
Don't reach out and say we're both losing friends.
That guy sucks.
That
do
guy
you want me to say his
sucks.
full name on the air?
No, I'm good.
I actually don't know his last name.
I do know his last name.
Say it.
No. No.
Spell it.
The odds, like, I don't think anybody who's listening knows him, but the odds of somebody listening that knows him are, like, relatively high. Like, too high for my comfort.
I think a lot of people who are listening know him.
But the amount of people who would listen and hear that story and know who he was, like,
okay,
it's already too high for my liking. But yeah, so we basically asked for advice and like questions and stuff. So
thanks for contributing. If you contributed,
literally gonna
if you
cry
didn't contribute,
from happiness because Megan did. The record state that Megan made a gesture that is obscene. I think that we should talk about, is a height preference / requirement for guys a slay or a nay?
I have strong feelings about this.
Yeah.
I know your feelings on this have changed.
Yes.
It's a nay from me. And the reason why it's a nay is because it is a little bit transphobic.
That's how I feel now, yeah. It's a little bit transphobic.
Yes, because a lot of trans guys are shorter.
I understand wanting to date somebody who's taller than you. I get it. I've been there. However, I think the minute you date somebody who is like your height or just shorter than what you're accustomed to, you're like, oh, it's just like really not a big deal. So I think you're just only limiting yourself, because here's the thing: tall guys, like really tall guys, know they're tall and they know that girls like that. So they're more likely to be,
they don't have
really rude
personalities
about it. Yeah, they don't have personalities at all. They rely on that.
Yeah. Can somebody tell me how our levels are? Sorry, I know I ask every single show. I think they're good too, but the monitor never is well reflective of that.
This one is interesting.
Oh, I had something to say about the tall.
Yeah.
So, okay, here's my opinion on this. If you have a preference of like dating somebody who's taller than you,
Yeah.
but it's not like strict, it's just like something that you are typically attracted to, that's okay.
That's normal,
if it's a
I think.
requirement,
That's weird.
That's weird / transphobic.
As somebody who has had that requirement, it's weird. Well, I just also think like I don't know how old you
it's
are.
a little immature.
That's what I was gonna say. I think in high school we're all a little immature, and like I think it makes sense for like a high schooler to be like, I want a guy who's over 6 feet tall. But I think as you grow up and you date more people, it is a little weird to care that much because you're just cutting yourself off from like opportunity and options.
Now, if the guy is both short and doesn't have a personality.
I want to talk about the one time.
How did you not develop a personality?
I want to talk about the one time I was dating this guy who said he was 6 feet tall, and we didn't believe him. So when I was at his place, his roommate and I pulled out a measuring tape, and we measured him, and he was 5'10", the mechanic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was 5'10".
You participated in something with his roommate?
Look, I didn't know any of that.
Illegal gun?
I didn't know about that. Apparently, he told me later. Apparently, his roommate wanted a gun, but he didn't want to go through background checks. So he built a gun piece by piece to avoid background checks. And then he also was like in the military, and he was like, they probably shouldn't let me be in the military because I'm pretty sure I'm bipolar and like get really, really manic. And he not only can get like he feels that he's mentally unstable, he has a gun, and my ex left
and
me,
he's in the military, so he knows how to use it.
He knows how to use it, and my ex left me in a house with this guy without telling me any of this, like alone with this guy. So
not
anyways.
So anyway, if you are dating somebody, that's my advice, is to maybe not do that. That's probably not a great thing to do. And guess what? Now you and your significant other are married. So my advice worked so well, didn't it?
Okay,
you're welcome.
The next one, we can talk about it very quickly, but I don't know who this is. But somebody, I don't know why I said I don't know who this is. Like, obviously you don't know who this is, bro. Somebody said, why did my ex-boyfriend move on from me so fast? We broke up and a week later he was with someone else, but at the same time, why does he still call me and go to my workplace? I have such relevant information on this.
Say the relevant information. Let me just say as a preface to all this relevant information, because we're going to try to actually help people on the show.
Yeah.
But also we're going to try to be funny.
Yeah.
He just sucks, probably.
He just isn't over you, and he's trying to get over you. It does. My thing is, like, if somebody is with somebody else, like, really soon, like, whatever that means to you, like, relatively soon after a breakup, they're probably not still, like, over you, but a big process of moving on is being with other people. Like, it's a very fair and, like, valid part of moving on. So, like, don't take it, like, I know it hurts, but like I think that like being with other people to a certain extent is like either dealing with the breakup or like moving on, and even if it hurts, like he obviously is just being super immature about it. So like ditch him.
Well, I was gonna say like
like he's being he's like with somebody else.
You concluded with something I agree with, but I was worried you weren't gonna get there.
It took me a minute to get there, but like he's just being super immature about it.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, he's just doesn't seem emotionally mature. So it is probably better that you guys are now broken up, because that way you can move on and be by yourself or be with somebody who is more on your level of maturity,
he's obviously,
and who's going to be able to support you more, because that is really also just like embarrassing behaviors.
Yeah, like he's still keeping tabs on you like crazy.
Yeah.
So like he's obviously still invested.
Yeah.
So like that can even take that as a compliment, but I would like ditch him.
Get him out of here.
Let's see.
Or I'll get him out. Listen, if you know me personally, or even if you don't, you can message the show Instagram, or you can message me directly. I have my ways.
Of what? Sorry, I zoned out. I was reading. Of what? Oh, Megan is so good at bullying exes. As somebody who's had a lot of exes while they've dated, or while they've dated Megan. No, while they've been friends with Megan. Megan is like so good at helping you get over your ex by bullying them, if you're okay with that. Sometimes I'll like be like, I've gone through some breakups where I'm good
at boundaries with that, though.
You are good at boundaries.
If you tell me to stop, I'll stop.
I've gone through some breakups where I'm like, I am not ready to be mean to them yet. Like, it's too soon, if you know what I mean. Megan is also, but like when I'm ready to be mean to them, like Megan, all of us in the apartment in general, but Megan's really good at like, because Megan is, we talked about
special
this.
Talent.
You're so good at targeting icks.
Yeah.
So like Like,
if you
one
guys
time,
want me to do that, if you guys want to get over somebody and you want to text me and show me their Instagram or tell me a little bit about them,
the way you're holding your hands.
This is really exciting to me. This is like my special skill, and I think that it helps the world.
Megan once,
So.
I was dating the person actually at the time, but I think it was Megan. I like took a selfie with my ex and while we were dating, and I think it was Megan. It was either Megan or Karis, or it was both of you. I like showed you guys this picture, and you said she looks like a school shooter.
I don't think that was that. I don't think that was me.
It must have been Karis then, and maybe when we were
That's
in Spain.
also not. That's such a bad.
But it's like no, but you do know the photo I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I do.
Yeah, it's true. And I was like, oh my
Dang.
god, like you really like.
We shouldn't have made that joke on the air, babe.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's a little inappropriate.
So sorry. But I told her about it and she agreed. So you're just very good at pointing icks out.
Yeah, I am. I did not say the school shooter thing, though. I would like to say for my digital footprint, because I think that's a little
Okay, sorry. My bad. Digital footprint. Okay, let's see. Thoughts on stealing from a small family business? Does it change if they employ you? Don't do that.
No, that's bad.
That's just not
Please don't
good.
do that.
That's not ethical.
If they suck, like if they're wage thefting you, I believe that, well, you probably shouldn't steal from them. You should probably just try to
quit.
sue them.
Like just
Or
leave.
quit. And then trash their Google reviews. I can help you with that too.
Yeah, we don't like stealing from small businesses.
Don't steal from small businesses,
That's not
guys.
great.
Stealing is bad.
Yeah. We hate stealing.
Especially if it hurts people.
Yeah. Like the time our friend stole an umbrella out of the dining hall.
Stop. This is another silly college moment. In freshman year, it was raining, and our friend didn't have an umbrella. So in sort of like the front area of the dining hall before you like go into the actual like area, people like leave their umbrellas and like their raincoats sometimes if like they have wet stuff. And our friend didn't have an umbrella, so like when she was leaving, she just took somebody's like a random
so
one.
Crazy.
And I was like, oh,
you're like, oh my
okay.
god, that's somebody's possession.
Like,
so don't do
stealing
that
from an individual. That's
don't do
not
that.
Nice.
Let's not do that. Okay.
Oh, I wanted to talk about a real quick like little college moment because we were talking about it's just I saw a TikTok of it the other day and I sent it to my freshman year roommate. But there's this like TikTok and it was like when my roommate finally croaks from the cough that she's had for 3 months. So in freshman year of college,
oh my God.
I was very sick. I was very sick
like
for
the whole year.
Period of about 7 to 8 months.
The whole academic year, basically.
And I had just the worst, most relentless cough every single night. And I would literally apologize to my roommate every night. At one point I was like coughing so bad and I was like couldn't sleep because I was coughing so bad. So I like posted on my Finsta story and I was like just expecting her to see it the next day and like be like, oh, it's okay. But like, I was like, I'm sorry, Delaney, on my like Finsta story. And like 2 minutes after I posted that, she messaged me on Instagram and she was like, it's okay. And like, I was in my bed and she was like in her lofted bed, like 10 feet away from me.
I thought you were going to say she turned around and she's like, it's okay. But I think it's even funnier that she messaged you.
It's way funnier to me that she messaged me.
Should we tell the story we were going to say about like when we went out that one time? Just like the chaos. Do you want to tell that?
I'm going to tell the story, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, also, I sent that TikTok to Delaney and she was like, the way that it just didn't even bother me, like after a while,
she got so used to it. Which is so crazy.
Love her so much. I really miss her. Okay, I want to tell this story. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So
I'll add
this is another freshman year story. So we went out dancing with like it was like me, you, Ariana, and then like 3 of our guy friends. Yeah. And 2 of them we are not friends with at all. Actually, one of them like we were kind of never friends with. Yeah. One of them we were friends with in high school and are now not friends with at all. And then one of them we're still friends with.
Yeah.
I was actually supposed to see him tonight, but I'm tired and I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
So anyway, we all went out and guys in freshman year especially are very stupid.
Oh, so
with a capital S. So they pre-gamed everything. And so they pre-gamed us going out.
They pre-gamed the pre-game.
They pre-gamed the pre-game of us going out.
Yeah.
And so we we get to the place.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what kind of place it was for sake of my digital footprint.
Yeah.
And we're like dancing, we're having a good time, whatever. People are being creepy, but you know how it is in that type of situation. And then we get tired, so we decide to leave.
Wait, can I talk about the guy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as Meg, I just feel like I just
do
love
like a
this story.
super like brief.
As Megan and I were dancing, this guy was like trying to get behind her and like dance with her, and we were like, so we started dancing on each other to like make it clear that like we weren't about it, and he tried to like shove his way in between the two of us as we're like literally making physical contact. So I eventually had to turn to him and yell, "Get off of my girlfriend!" And only then did he like kind of back off. And so that's when we left. The guy that we're still friends with was so intoxicated that he was trying to call somebody and he opened up his camera.
He did.
Love that.
Good old him.
Don't want to say his name, but good old him.
He's so funny.
Anyways, so we left.
Anyway, so sometime before we left, the 3 guys had left, and they went back to one of the guys. I'm gonna call him Perry. They went back to Perry's apartment or a dorm. Perry lived kind of close by-ish. Yeah. So they all went back to his dorm, and I don't know if they kept drinking or like they were just hanging out, but like it was also they just left the 3 girls, us 3
who
just
were
there by ourselves. So thanks, guys. I'll talk to the person who's still our friend about this.
Yeah, literally. Give him a stern talking to.
But so we are like, okay, at least we don't have to deal with them when we're getting on the bus back, because they were messy drunk, and we're like tired. We're like really annoyed because of like these creepy guys. So we were like, okay, we get on the bus. The bus, like, it goes kind of like in a roundabout way. So like the way we got on the bus, it went by Perry's dorm.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, thank goodness we don't have to deal with these people. Who gets on but the guy who we're still friends with? I'm going to call him 8.
Okay, 8. Yeah, 8.
And
the other guy is Andrew.
And Andrew.
8 and Andrew.
8 and Andrew. And Andrew is quite literally being sick on himself.
Vomiting.
He is vomiting. He's pulling trig.
He's pulling trig. He almost sits in a pool of vomit on the bus.
Yes. The freshman buses, like the buses that go to the freshman dorm, absolutely disgusting.
The most rancid pieces of equipment that you'll ever see. I felt
so bad for the bus driver every time.
Could never do
it. So anyway, so Andrew almost sits in vomit. Ew. Then he goes and he sits like in another spot. We're all at this point, we are so done with the night. Like, I think you were like also getting motion sick and I was physical sick from looking at the vomit.
I was watching him throw up, so I had to bury my head in Ariana's shoulder because I was like so scared.
Yeah, it was like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And so Ariana and Ro live in La Plata, so it's one bus stop before my bus stop, which is Centerville.
Yeah.
And 8 and Andrew both also live in like the same community as me.
Yeah.
So we all like we're gonna walk together or whatever. At this point, Andrew is like, so first of all, they didn't have like paper towels, I guess, at
Perry's apartment,
at Perry's dorm. So he gave Andrew like a toilet paper roll,
a roll of toilet paper,
which Andrew then was clutching to his chest on the bus.
And he wasn't using it to wipe himself off.
At all. He was throwing up onto it.
On the roll of toilet paper. It was so disgusting.
It was so gross. Sorry if this is a really gross episode,
This is a Chekhov's gun situation, okay?
It's really gross. Okay. So anyway, this story, and I was I was so done. I think I stopped going out for like a few weeks after this because I was so annoyed. So anyway, so Ro and Ariana get off. They're like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's whatever."
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back with 8 and Andrew.
Yeah.
And at this point, Andrew can't even hold himself up. He is like he can't
have to carry him.
So me and 8 have to basically carry him to his dorm.
Yeah.
And we get into his dorm, and he lives on the 2nd floor. For some reason, 8 is like, let's take the stairs. By the way, we're basically carrying him at this point. I'm like, are you actually dumb? Like, I'm actually going to tell him this story later if I see him. Because I'm like, do you remember this? Like,
yeah.
So stupid. So then I'm like, no. And so we get in the elevator. And we go up to the second floor, and we get to Andrew's, like, dorm door. And I'm like, okay, where's your key? And he's like, my key?
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm like, yeah, where's your key?
Where's your
and he's
dorm
like,
key?
I left it at Perry's dorm.
Literally?
By the way, Perry's dorm is a 35-minute
It's on South Campus.
walk
We were on North Campus.
from the dorm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? And so I start knocking on his door because his roommate, who we'll call May, I'm doing really bad at hiding these names. So his roommate May is like, we also know him. And so I'm knocking on the door, who I think he is dating a 17-year-old.
Pretty sure. He was
Very
at one point.
gross. Anyway, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like knocking on the door, like let us in, because at this point it's like 2 a.m. I want to go to bed. This night has been just a crapshoot.
And granted, like when Megan sometimes tells this story, they're like, I was going to just leave him outside his door. Like I will just leave him.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So basically, I'm banging on the door, and he's like, May went home for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? And so I'm like negotiating with myself, and I'm like, I really just want to leave you on the floor right now, or put you in your common room, because I'm like, you're like you're a boy,
this
so
would never
nothing's
gonna
happen to you.
Yeah.
Like if you were a girl, I would take you back to my dorm and like you could
odds
sleep
are
there.
you're gonna be fine.
But you would be fine. And the thing that saved him is that 8 was like, I'll go get his replacement key from like the front desk,
which is crazy.
Just wait here.
8 is the one that was trying to call somebody and opened up his camera.
I think he had a little time to sober up.
So I'm like,
after
he's
that.
still drunk. Like,
but I'm like, oh my god. So I'm holding up Andrew, and can you believe that this story is not over? Like, if the horrors were not over. And so I'm holding him up outside his door, and he's like talking nonsense to me, and I'm like literally I'm being so short with him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so annoyed. I'm like, you're so lucky 8 is here. Like, I told him that straight up. I'm like, I would have left you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, let's go get my key or something. I'm like, no. Are you an idiot?
Like, we should call 8 ball. Anyway, sorry.
So 8 comes back with the key. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's unlocking the door. These 2 girls who I guess knew Andrew from, like, they live on the same floor.
Oh, so weird.
Come up to me, and they're like, is he okay? And I'm like, yeah, he's fine. He just had too much to drink. Like, we're just going to get him in his dorm, and he's going to go to sleep. And they're like, and they're asking him, they're like, are you good? And they're like basically ignoring me at this point, and I'm like, he's fine.
Like,
he's
they
fine.
know him better than you.
Like, he can't talk to them at this point. He's like basically like, he's not.
And granted, we've known this man for like 4 or 5 years at that point. You've known him for longer, I think, because you went to middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just like not talking to them because he's like probably doesn't even register that somebody's talking to him.
Yeah.
And so 8 opens the door, and so I'm holding up a grown man's weight, albeit he's a small guy, but and the girls walk into the dorm room
crazy
in front of me.
Crazy.
I was so angry at that point.
Didn't bother to help at all, just invite themselves in.
And they were like literally blocked me from going in, and I'm holding up the weight of a grown man. I'm like, seriously? I was
literally, I would have punched their lights out.
No, I was actually so mad.
I would have gone feral.
I was getting so mad. So I dump him on the bed, and I'm like, okay, like whatever. I'm leaving. I'm like, get out of. I think I told him like, get out of his room.
Yeah.
And they're like, geez, like, get out of the room.
Get out. He's puking all over himself.
So I close the door, lock the door. We go down, return the key or whatever. I'm walking back with 8, whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, I am so annoyed right now. So then, fast forward
2 weeks
to 3 weeks later, apparently Andrew found the toilet paper roll that he was vomiting on under his bed.
Literally, okay, let me just set the scene. We're sitting in the dining hall, North Campus dining hall. Andrew sits down. He's eating. He's talking to us. He goes, oh my God, guys, guess what? This is so funny. And we were like, what? Like, what? And he's like, do you remember like 2-3 weeks ago, like when I had that like toilet paper roll that I was like puking on? And we were like, yeah. He was like, I like just found it under my bed today. Literally? When I tell you, the table went silent.
I lost my appetite in that moment.
The table
and I don't think I found it since.
We said, are you messing with us right now? Be so for real right now. And he was like, yeah, it was so gross.
It's one of those things where it's not funny. It's just disgusting.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah. There's another. I don't think you can't talk about it, can you?
Which one?
The bench. it's not him. It's another thing that's not funny. It's just disgusting. Can you talk about it?
I think so.
Okay. This is a gross story,
I think
guys.
the girl who like did it would find it funny, but it was so gross. I think she would also agree that it was gross. So I went out with my ex and her friend at one point, and we were like hanging out outside the View where there are these like metal like picnic benches, and they're like they have like the little like mesh, but it's like metal like yeah. So we're sitting and we're chilling, and my ex's friend, I'll call her Cynthia, she's like, I really have to pee. And so I'm like, okay, like my apartment's right there, your apartment's right there, like, and she's like, no, like I have to pee right now. Pulls down her pants, sits butt naked on the public bench and pees. And just sits down and pees through holes. And my ex was like, oh, this is the second time she's done this. What? So now we call it the piss bench.
It's the piss bench. When I tell you,
I'm gonna get people like asking me which one it is now, so they avoid.
Oh yeah. If you want to avoid it, guys, it's behind the View. It's the one that's closest to the parking
It's, like,
garage
destroyed.
behind the View,
It's,
and
like, the
it
one
was
that's
basically
destroyed.
destroyed in the storm. When I
It's,
tell
like-
you, like when I heard this story, I couldn't laugh.
Like
I
was
could not laugh.
losing my mind, and Megan and Karis were like dead.
I was just I was upset.
To be fair, this girl was like really drunk, so I just want
Nope,
to say
nothing
like
excuses
she
that.
was really drunk.
Nope.
But like the audacity to sit your bare butt on a bench.
That is just disgusting.
It's crazy.
Sorry guys, this is a really gross episode.
It's crazy. It's so funny though.
Should we do more advice?
I was gonna say, so we should do a speed round because there are a bunch of things.
Okay, we're gonna
that,
speed round.
Yeah,
we only have 15 minutes left.
Like
so.
10 seconds per answer.
Okay.
Because we only have 15 minutes left, and I feel bad that I like basically begged people to do this, and then I'm like not.
We're gonna
reading
speed run.
Okay. How drunk can I get at family Christmases?
As drunk as
you want. Blackout. Who's your favorite queer musical artist?
Destroy Boys, probably.
I was gonna say Destroy
I'm wearing
Boys
a Destroy
if it
Boys
counts.
shirt right now.
Super obvious, like Fletcher. Yeah. Who's your favorite queer YouTuber? Don't really have one. Curtis Connor.
Curtis Connor
He's
is
not queer, but he's for lesbians.
Yeah, he's for the
he knows
girlies.
it too. He's recognized that.
Love Curtis.
Your best themed party idea. I said coming as various eras of the birthday person. I think that's hilarious. Oh my god, next year you should come as tibial plateau fracture era row.
Slayed that so much. I don't know. I like any themed party that's like if a lot of people are fans of like the same thing. Like if we did an SVU party, that would be really fun.
Funny. Yeah. Do you think you can ever be friends with an ex?
Yes, but you have to be really careful.
I agree. Yes, but I'm now starting to be friendly with this guy I dated a lot like years ago, and it's fine. I think most times out of the ginger kid. Most times
Ew.
out of like not it's somebody still, if not both, have feelings for each other, and it's a little weird, but like if you're both aware of it, like you can't.
And
do much.
I think you need to spend some time apart before you're friends. I don't think like it's realistic to be like, oh, we're breaking up, but like we're still gonna be friends like right away.
It's hard
unless you guys are like it wasn't like you guys weren't serious or whatever.
Yeah, I think
like if you were just kind of like really
case,
casually
you can
dating,
kind of like establish it. But
yeah,
I always
I've like dated people and then
and I'm in that situation right now,
and then
right?
just like been
so
friends
like
with them.
Yeah, and so my only thing is like you just have to be super honest about your boundaries with that, because
Completely.
it's super easy for someone to get hurt. And you also just have to trust that the other person's being honest about their feelings, you know. Thought we already did that one. Is it a problem that I'm always sad in the times when I can't see my partner? A little bit.
Yes.
Because
So it's okay if you're sad when you like you miss your partner, but you should have some other like social structure or like community or something else that's bringing you joy.
It signals that like there's something else going on and your partner's just kind of like a band-aid, and you also don't want to put like a ton of pressure on them if you can avoid it, because that pressure can really like mess with somebody if like they think that they're your only source of happiness. You know what I mean?
Get a hobby. Find some people who like the same stuff as you do.
How to be a baddie, like the aggressively neutral girlies.
This is so nice. I think I know who put this one.
I think I know who put this too.
And I love you.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's what works for me.
I don't feel like a baddie most of the time.
Set boundaries. That's what you're saying. Setting boundaries. I'm really bad at it, but
setting boundaries is
whenever I set boundaries and I'm like strict with it, I always feel better. I just like hate doing it.
And be supportive
Be
to
supportive
the
of your
people you
friends,
love,
your friends.
and try to make new friends if you want to.
Yeah. Have you done anything you regret recently? Yes, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, you dropped your moped on your knee.
I did break my own
Not great.
knee. So, what about you? You said you couldn't really think of anything.
I don't. So honestly,
What were
I
you saying?
am like kind of one of those like annoying people who's like, I don't regret anything.
Well, that's what we were saying.
But I'm not really like a big regrets person, because at this point in my life, like if I do something wrong, I will either usually apologize for it, or I'll just like quit whatever I did that is not bringing me joy anymore.
I was gonna say,
and I don't regret it because I feel like I learned something.
A lot of
I know
things,
it's kind of an annoying answer.
No, but we like a lot of things. Like you say this to me all the time when I feel bad about something or like I messed up or something. Like a lot of times you do the best you can with the information you have, and then Megan knows this about me. I will do things that are just very obviously on paper not a good idea, but I accept full responsibility for them. Like I'm not gonna like if I end up in tears about it, like it kind of sucks for like Megan because you have to watch me cry, but like I'm not gonna like not blame myself. Like I'm gonna know that I did something wrong. Like I can't blame somebody else.
Yeah,
you know.
The doing the best you can with the information you have thing is something my mom says a lot.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a good philosophy.
Favorite memory from high school or one that comes to mind. Can I talk about what I was going to talk about really quick?
Yeah. We only have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, my favorite, I'm going to go really
by.
quick. My favorite thing is, and I'm going to try to make this a clippable moment. We were going to go to this party, one of those DMV parties that like had a flyer and it was like women free before 10, men like $5 at the door or something like that. And I was all ready to go, but in the most high school move ever, I had lacrosse tryouts at like 8 a.m. the next day. So as we were at our friend's house getting ready, I was like, guys, I'm going to stay home and sleep. So I start to do that. Apparently, people go to this party in like an actual like building, not like a house, and it gets shot up.
If you're from Silver Spring, it was in the Civic
It was
Center.
in the Civic Center. It gets shot up, and
so
like
that's a little like it.
not shot. Nobody died or like got
Nobody
hurt,
died,
but there were shots
there were
fired.
shots
And
fired.
and the cops were called, and my friends like texted and called me as I'm laying in my friend's bed, and they're like, we're running to the diner because there were shots fired.
Yeah, we sprinted away pretty
That's
quick.
so indicative of like our high school experience.
It was
I feel
pretty.
like.
It was very odd, interesting. My dad just texted me. And he said that. Sorry if I think it's fine to say this. But I think I've told you guys this before.
Yeah.
But one of my like I call her like my aunt, my auntie Jenny. Is my dad's ex-girlfriend from college.
Yeah, so there you go. You
so
can totally
friends
be
with
friends.
an ex. They've been friends for 30 years plus.
And I'm like totally like this one guy that I'm like starting to like just be friends with because of mutual friends. Like I think we could totally be friends and like it would be fine because it's been so long. Last lie you told that my knee doesn't hurt.
So we lie a lot.
We lie all
we
the
lie
time.
about small things. It's
I
actually kind of bad.
I like to do this bit with Megan, and Megan does it too, where like we just start lying to each other about very blatant things, like just making stuff up.
Oh yeah,
It's very fun.
well, we
So
just like to make stuff up.
I
It's
can't
fun.
even think of it. I actually can think of the last lie I told, but I don't want to say it on air. Like it's not.
That
it's
probably
not-
wasn't the last lie you told. You probably lied.
Yeah,
since
I'm
then.
lying about my knee hurting. And in the way that I downplay it, by the way.
It's a very knee-centric episode.
Your favorite compliment to give and receive. We have the same one. To
Smell
receive.
good.
Smell good. That one
To receive, that's the
and then
best. And I like being told I'm funny. I really like that.
Yeah,
Or
and-
like when people say like
that was
that
super
I'm fun,
entertaining.
like
or,
I'm fun to be around.
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
then the guy that I'm seeing told both Megan and I that he thought we would do numbers at Smith College. And when I tell you that's how I'm a baddie.
The context of this is that Smith College is a notorious
Super
like
gay,
lesbian
like
college.
notorious. And he was like, you guys would do numbers. And like I was like, do you understand now how that's like the biggest confidence
It's a great
booster?
compliment. It was really nice. Thank you to him.
But I can like every time somebody has said I smell good, I can like vividly remember it in my head. I like remember
It's
every
so
time I've heard that
nice.
compliment. Do you have a prized possession or something really special that you own? Winston.
I mean Winston, but she's not a possession.
My
She's
Legos.
She's an animal. My otter,
My knife collection.
Alfonso. I really love.
You do love Alfonso.
He's very nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like everything that I like. Most of the stuff I own, I really love.
Yeah.
My
skull
I have a lot of
candelabra.
books that I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
How do you make the best possible grilled cheese? I'll tell you how.
So let me tell you something.
You get some sourdough.
Sourdough is good. This is gonna be maybe controversial. I'm not the biggest grilled cheese person.
Oh my god, I've been making grilled
No,
cheeses.
I mean I like grilled cheese
Okay.
like occasionally and with like tomato soup. Grilled cheese by itself, not the biggest fan.
That's fair. I think
don't
it
know
needs to be
why.
a side
It's
to something.
like, doesn't like. It's a little heavy for me.
I definitely have eating disorder thoughts about it that make it hard for me to eat it on its own.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like drinking soda. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
Totally.
I'm still not over that. Yeah. Should I bleach my hair? I don't know who. I would have to know who this
So
is.
it depends. If your hair is really damaged or you think it's gonna really damage your hair, then no. If you want to, then yes. I'm pro.
Tone it.
Please
tone
tone
it.
it.
If you're a
Please tone
man,
it. Don't make it
especially,
orange. Like, it's gonna be
tone
bad.
it. Please tone it.
The amount of men with like bleach blonde, like orange, brassy.
If you want to tell us who you
horrible.
are, though, we'll give you a better answer.
Totally. But I'm very much pro like making impulsive decisions about your hair. I actually just cut my hair this past week, and I love it.
Am I too gay? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably need to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, calm down a little.
I think you need to relax. Okay, we got through most things. Yeah. We actually got through like that was effective. We like got through like almost everything.
We ran it. I hope that was good advice, guys. I actually do think that we're pretty good at giving advice.
I think we are too.
I think I'm pretty objective when it comes to stuff like that.
You know, it was such a good compliment I got recently.
What?
Somebody said that they just like this is gonna make you laugh. They thought that I was like kind of wise. Isn't that so funny?
That's pretty funny.
Love that. I mean, to be fair,
I mean, that's really nice.
I feel like, and like you too, like been through like a weirdly high amount of like traumatic things. I feel like in my life, so like maybe that's like part of it. You know,
Gotcha.
Been in therapy for 7 years. You know.
Yes, we have both been in therapy for a really long time. Yeah. So.
But I was like, that's so silly because if I tell Megan that you called me wise,
that's really funny.
Like,
I mean, I think we have pretty good emotional intelligence. For two people who are our age. Oh, I was trying to think of. This is another thing related to compliments. I'm like trying to. So I told Ro this the other day, but sometimes I get embarrassed to give people compliments when there's like a lot of other people around.
So
but
funny.
if I'm alone with somebody, I like really. I'm just enjoying if I think something nice about them. Like if I think like, oh, I love their jacket, or like, oh, their hair looks really nice today. I'm just like saying it these days because it's probably gonna make them feel good. And I would rather just say it than like just think it.
You know what? This is like, I don't know if I want to say this on air. It's not inappropriate or anything. It's just like, I have said the same compliment to multiple people that I've dated. And to be fair, it was true every single time, but I think it's a really good compliment.
Okay.
I just like, this is just how you know you really like somebody, or you feel really comfortable with somebody. Because I feel this way with you, but we just don't like cuddle or anything. But I think if we somehow did, it would be similar. I like telling people like when I like hug you or like I'm laying with you, you know that feeling when like you come home after a really long day and you lay in your bed and you just like feel your body relaxing. It's just like, ugh. That's like how it feels to be with that person.
Oh, that's very nice.
I don't think anybody who's listening has heard that. I don't think so. Because I kind of started feeling bad that I was telling multiple people that. Because I was like, it's not as special. But like, to be fair, I did genuinely feel that way with those people. I love telling people that because I feel like it's a creative enough, like a unique enough compliment.
I think so too.
And it's true. Like, you know that feeling of just like relaxing.
I had another, I just thought of another compliment that I love being given. I love it when you guys say that like, you can count on me, or like I'm reliable.
Yeah, you are reliable.
I really like that always makes me feel good because I try really hard to be.
Yeah, you're gonna be reliably stupid.
What does that mean?
Means I can always count on you to be dumb.
Oh yeah, that's kind of super valid of you.
Oh my god, you know what? You can play an outro song.
I can't play an outro song because of PC.
We should clock out a little bit early because now I feel bad for the guy who comes in after us.
So I'll play it in like 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. What are you gonna play now? Joan Jett?
Should I do Joan Jett? Should I do
Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers?
Yeah, but should I don't really I have like another Teen Jesus and Gene Teaser song that I kind of want to play.
Okay.
Or should I play No Respect by Destroy Boys? If you're listening and you have a preference between those,
you have a minute to let us know.
And you actually know what we're talking about, because wow,
I don't think that is so, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That is really annoying and pretentious of us.
Yeah,
I'm missing I think a work meeting right now, but nobody told me that it was mandatory. So.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, guys, wish me luck because I'm going to the orthopedic doctor tomorrow.
Yay.
And I'm really sad because I was supposed to go to this really fancy dinner and I was going to dress up in an evening gown and look really nice, and I'm like not sure if I can go, and even if I can go, I'm probably going to have a big clunky metal brace and it's going to suck. But
fingers crossed that Ro can go.
I was never going to wear heels, but I was going to wear this like long black dress with my leather jacket and like look super like cute and alternative.
Well, the dress is long, so like, depending on how your brace is, you could hide it.
I could hide it.
That would be kind of a slay.
Like,
nobody even knows that my tibia is broken. Nobody here knows that my tibia is broken.
We all know. It's all you talk about on your radio show. I just think that's so funny because I feel like I have such a problem with downplaying things because I always think that I'm being a baby or I'm like being over dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
So I always think it's funny when like I'm like it's fine, and then my doctor's like no, it's not fine. And I'm like okay,
it's not fine, and
that's
it's
fair.
okay, guys. It is okay to prioritize your own health.
Like when my doctor was like, you need
I know it's ironic coming from me, but
you need a CPAP machine for your sleep apnea, and I was like no, I'm good.
Guys, it is okay to prioritize your own health, and please do. And guess what? I found out today that I'm gonna get Botox for my migraine, my TMJ, which are
skin burn.
Oh my god, literally, I'm gonna be so young.
You're gonna be so youthful. You're gonna end up looking like Kris Jenner.
I'm gonna look like youthful. Like I'm only 21, so I'm gonna end up looking like I'm like 4.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
4-year-old tease.
4-year-old slay.
No, but I've been struggling with migraines and TMJ for a very long time, so I'm really excited, and I'm like I feel like I'm gonna ascend like to another plane.
Yeah.
If I don't have migraines, that's actually crazy.
I just realized you should probably play it on. Oh, you can play it on Spotify. Slay.
Somebody else is logged in.
You can play it on
and
YouTube.
They're listening on their iPhone.
So you should probably play it on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean I could.
It just takes a while to like log in.
I'll find it.
What?
Okay, does anybody have votes?
Nobody has said anything. Because nobody knows those songs.
Okay, nobody said anything. What's your vote?
A song that I know.
Oh man!
But you can play whatever you want. I don't care. You're on the board.
I'll play by Teen Jesus and G Teethers.
Thanks, I love that song. Little operatic moment for you guys. Click, 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 click. Since it's just me talking, hey guys, it's row time. Oh, we're gonna be having a winter show, hopefully on Wednesday nights. Just so you guys know.
We will let you know when it is. We're gonna post on our what's it called? Instagram,
and it'll be 2 hours.
And it's gonna be 2 hours, hopefully. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for listening.
You guys
we're gonna be here
listening
next week, but then we're taking a couple weeks off for Christmas and whatnot. All right, thank you.